Okay, so I'm Dawn. I'm from Black Economics. Black Economics deals with matters to do with business, money, finance, and so on. It's a big giant website with about 1,000 articles about business. There might be some about lifestyle and art as well. Do connect with me. It'd be lovely to keep in touch afterwards. Okay, these are social media hashtags that you will find useful if you want to look for Black artists or look at artwork created by Black people. Hashtag Black artists, hashtag Blacktober, which happens to be, you know, we're in the month of October, so Blacktober relates to Black art. A few years ago, there was, for about 2 weeks, there was a hashtag going around on Twitter called We Are Nigerian Creatives. And basically people were saying, they were putting this hashtag and they were actually putting examples of the art that they had done. I had never seen so many pieces of beautiful art coming across Twitter, and everybody was appreciating it. And I know that a number of those artists got business out of it. We Are Nigerian Creators. In fact, if you search for that on Twitter, you probably find some of that still come up. But it was amazing. In fact, newspapers started to write about it and feature some of the artists. You know, this was a way of actually ensuring that Nigerian artists were getting a place on the world stage. And that was, it was absolutely beautiful, I've got to say. You can also do a hashtag Black art, and drawing while Black is an interesting hashtag. I don't know if you've heard the term driving while Black, which relates to Black men in particular who are frequently stopped by the police for little or no reason. And sadly, sometimes they end up hurt in hospital or dead just because they were driving and they're Black and the police want to stop and harass them. Okay, so drawing while Black is a takeoff of that, but it's really saying that I'm a Black person, I'm drawing, look at my work. All right, I'm going to go around the world in a sense, or pick out certain parts around the world where, you know, art is making changes for some of the artists that are there. This is Kibera. It's the biggest slum in Kenya. I happened to go to Kenya a couple of times back in the 90s, I think, 90s and early 2000s. And I remember driving past this place and seeing a lot of grey corrugated iron. And it seemed to be, you know, stretching for miles and miles. I mean, we were driving like 15, 20 minutes, we were still seeing this. And I said to my host, oh, what is that? And then they introduced me to Kibera. And I said, oh, can we drive in and have a look? So we drove in, I got out the car, wandered around. I felt like I wanted to buy whatever they were selling because I wanted to help. You know, this is Kibera. And here's a closer look at Kibera. Not a holiday destination, but there are people living like this day after day. There is art in Kibera, and the art is funded by a few organizations there who support budding artists. They train young children up until early 20s, and they've been able to produce art that can be sold around the world. So here we have the Senai Foundation, and they have a website which talks about their work. And then there was another foundation, Uweza Foundation, which also trains children in art, but also supports budding artists. And they have a shop online where you can buy their art, and they have some really great art on there. Rwanda also has an art scene. Rwanda has a history which is up to the mid-90s might have been interesting, but then there was the genocide, and you know, that in itself is another story, harrowing story in terms of the amount of hundreds of thousands of people that died. After that period, the government introduced Vision 2020, which basically was a way that they felt they wanted to improve the lives and turn things around for Rwanda by 2020. Amazingly, they have done that. And if you look at some videos on YouTube about Rwanda, you'd be amazed about the turnaround there. they're just they're just a fascinating story. It was a French country. They decided not to speak French anymore because they feel that the French had something to do with, or did not prevent, the genocide. So they now speak English. They have their parliament, which is 50%, more than 50% women, and it's a very avant-garde country. And their leader had traveled to Singapore and various other places to see how countries like Singapore had become so advanced so quickly. And they basically developed their own model, and they're doing well. I mean, here you have one laptop per child per program. I mean, even in the UK, we don't have one laptop per child per program, you know? So it's a fascinating place to study. They've also are advanced with regards to tech. They're one of the first places to start using tech for the medical services, dropping the medicines in far-flung places, and even blood is being sent through using drones. So you can see that, you know, they're thinking outside the box, and I love that country for that. So their art in Rwanda is another thing to check out. They have decided that art is a very important thing for the country, you know, both in terms of well-being and in terms of making money. So they have built they have a palace, a king's palace, which they've converted into the National Art Gallery. Okay, so this is Kingston, Jamaica. There was a rundown, dilapidated area which was transformed by art. The project did really well for the community. It enabled a kind of unity among the people and improved self-esteem. Now, the artists who took part in that, they are well noted. The project was called Paint Jamaica, Open Your Walls. And it's really a case of saying, yeah, we're taking some drab walls and we're putting some fantastic art in it. There are places in England which are doing that now. I don't know if you know East London, around the Hackney, borders between Hackney and Stratford. There's an area there, if you go around there, there's art all over the walls. And we're talking about a space which is probably about 2 acres by 3 acres. There is art there. They need to designate that as an artist spot for tourists. So 41 Fleet Street, Jamaica, these are the outcomes from the art. It was promoted far and wide via the internet. Visitors travel from across the world to see the art. Now, that is amazing, because the way that it was, you know, a rundown area, grey walls, nobody would have come to visit it before, you know. But now that the art is there, people have traveled to see it. So it's new tourist-related businesses. So obviously, places like restaurants and gift shops and other businesses have been built up around that. So there's less crime in the area. It's raised the profile of Jamaican art, and children are inspired by the artists. So look at the art in 41 Fleet Street. If you look down here, you'll see the children, real children. Look at the size of the art. So these aren't little things, these are big giant murals. And the children are appreciating what's around them. Right, another area is Maboneng, South Africa. They have an art project where homeowners and artists are benefiting from the work that is being produced by the local artists. Over 50 homes are registered as art galleries, exhibiting work from over 40 artists. It's also encouraging South Africans to invest in art. Now, can you imagine your home being opened up as an art gallery and people coming to visit you, not to see you, but to see the art on your walls? You know, it's a brilliant idea. It seems to be working really well, and people can actually buy the art that they see. Obviously, the artist benefits and the homeowner benefits as well. And people are traveling from all over to see this unique art which is being created. So it brings an appreciation of art to the local people, all right, and many more are learning to draw or paint because of it. It provides an artistic outlet for talent and encourages the growth of more artists. It's a welcome income, for all who are involved in it. And artists are being discovered for a worldwide stage via the internet. So here you can see a queue of people going in and out of the house to view the art. And that's fascinating because you get people from South Africa, but people who traveled, they actually have a tourist special package to visit the art in South Africa. And Maboneng is one of the central areas where this is being done. But this model is also being copied in other parts of South Africa as well. So it looks like it's a safe thing to do. You can go and visit people's home, look at their art, and if you want to buy it, you buy it then and there. And look at this. Wouldn't this be nice to greet you on your way? This is art on the street, on the roadside as you enter towards Maboneng. They do have a shop where they do merch related to the art that's created. And you can find that on their website, Maboneng website. I like this best of all, because you see some of these in our streets here. These are enormous grey towers, steam towers, or whatever was coming out of it. Look at the artwork on these. I mean, I think our artists need to get to work on some of these drab structures that we have here too, because it really does liven up a roadside. And I don't know if you like me when you can go and look at an art piece and you can stand there for 15 minutes because there's so much you can see in that painting. And it makes your heart glad. Art is good in the sense that it's great for mental health, and this is if you're just looking at it. Never mind if you're actually painting it. So check out our website, icabart.org. That's a celebration of Black art. So this man is with his daughter. It looks like they're playing with paint. So she's helping him out. So you can imagine she's been inspired by, well, she's having fun to begin with, but when she sees the end product, then it's almost like magic. See what he's doing here. She's having fun. She's not even looking at what's happening on the wall. But can you see what's happening on the wall? Can you see what is being created?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Upside down, for goodness sake. Upside down. I mean, how amazing is that? So his name is Boo Boo Design. So you can spot him on the internet. Boo Boo Design with an underscore at the end. He is an amazing artist. And you can imagine, look at how many followers he has. 1.9 million followers. Well, I mean, with content like that, it's not surprising, is it really?
This work is by Kevin Tomlin, who is a music historian, artist, and art teacher.